Alright guys, it seems we'll be talking about another My Story animated video. I mean, just look at the title. He's not my dad, he's my boyfriend. I mean, it has to be. What other disgusting weird video would post a title like this? Oh, shit. Alright, so I've never talked about Barcroft TV before, because a good majority of the videos on that channel are actually decent. And what I mean by that is that there's videos about making people feel better, about, I don't know, having a physical deformity or some shit. Now, being a negative bitch, me personally, I'm not into that type of content, but at the same time, it's not harmful or toxic, so I don't see what the problem is. I've actually seen people in the comment section say that these type of videos make them feel better about themselves, so good on them. But even under some of this decent content, you get a shiny turd. He's not my dad, he's my boyfriend. Yeah, only good can come from that title. Let's go ahead and start this video.
This is 23-year-old Caleb. He fell in love with 56-year-old Mark.
I think Mark's best quality is definitely his eyes.
Their relationship has received criticism due to their age gap.
When I get comments that are calling my boyfriend a flat-out pedophile, those are the only ones that trigger me.
Okay, I can't really blame the people judging you because you're asking for it. I mean, what the fuck is this t-shirt? I love my daddy? I mean, what do you expect when you wear a t-shirt like that while also dating someone who's 30 years older than you? You can't be like, oh, why is everyone judging me for dating someone that's super old? While also being like, oh, fuck me daddy.
How when me and Mark met, it's not the most conventional way. I was 17 and he didn't necessarily know that.
Caleb and I met, I was 49 and he was 17. Of course people are gonna have an issue with it.
Yeah, as they should. 17? But Diesel, the age of consent in Michigan is 17. Okay, fine, it's legal. But it's still incredibly disgusting. Now, if my gay 17-year-old son was grinding it on Grindr, and he came across a photo like this, I would take his fucking phone away and tell him to go get his doodle touched by someone his own age. You're telling me this doesn't look weird? Now, Barcroft TV has left a little description under the video, basically saying that we shouldn't judge their love, because it's just an age gap. Well, it's a little more than that really, but let's look at it anyways. Imagine being called a pedophile because when you first met your partner, he was 17 years old. Yeah, imagine having a fucking brain. Although the age of consent in Michigan is 16, it doesn't stop online trolls from attacking Mark, who is 56 years old, and Caleb, who is 23 years old. I like how anyone who has a problem with this is a troll. I'm not trying to annoy him, I'm not trying to piss him off, I'm just voicing my opinion. And I know some people are like, oh, you should just mind your own business. Well, they put this online, so now it's my business.
I can't see your face when I have it like that. There you go. Hi, baby. Hi.
Oh my god.
As far as judgments, if they see an older person walking alongside of a younger person, it's probably going to be, oh, that's his son, that's his nephew, that's something, right? Online, it's very harsh. Everything from I must be a pedophile to this is sick to I don't need to repeat them all, but there's just a lot of people with very closed minds who believe two men shouldn't be together. If an older man's dating a younger woman, that seems to be like, oh, he's got his trophy bride, or it's almost like the high five thing.
Yeah, well, those trophy wives are usually not fresh out of high school. This isn't even a homophobic thing, this is something else. In my honest opinion, no one would have a problem with you two dating if you guys didn't meet when he was 17. Saying that's weird is not being a judgmental prick, that's rational. But since this guy is flipping genders for his argument, let's do the same thing. How would you like it if a 56-year-old man went up to your 16 or 17-year-old daughter and was just like, hey, you want to touch my doodle? You'd probably either call the cops or beat the shit out of him. I don't care if the age of consent in certain states is 16 or 17. I mean, people at that age are still in high school. I mean, I don't even know what else to say. That's just gross.
Caleb has a popular YouTube channel, which frequently features Mark, and his relationship has been criticized harshly online.
When I get comments that are calling my boyfriend a flat-out pedophile, those are the only ones that trigger me.
So I actually went through his YouTube channel a little bit, and a lot of comments were negative, but majority of them were positive. And that's what really shocked me. Just remember, this is your life. Don't let others live it for you. Make your own decisions, regardless of what anyone else thinks. Well, many people told me it was screwed up I wanted to be a puppy rapist, but now that you say that, do you get what I'm saying now? I saw this comment recently, but I forgot what video it was exactly. It was over teen pregnancy or something like that. But basically the comment said that we have this mindset of anything goes, don't judge. And because of this, we're normalizing everything and having no standards. If someone fucks up, we basically say, oh, you can't judge them for making an irresponsible choice because that's bad. Yeah, well, fuck that. If I don't like it, I'm gonna say something. If I believe it's harmful or toxic, I'm gonna judge it. Sorry.
My boyfriend is in a consensual relationship with a 23-year-old male. People shouldn't judge age gap relationships in general, especially if the two are of legal age and they're both in a consensual relationship.
See, my problem with people using the legal age of consent as some sort of argument or a shield is that it's different around the world. For example, the legal age of consent in Japan is 13. So if some grown-ass Japanese dude wanted some sucky from a 13-year-old, I shouldn't judge that relationship because it's illegal. Now granted, my favorite animes start out like this, but in real life, it's just weird.
One of the judgments is that I must be buying his affection, and you know, the YouTube channel probably encourages that because a lot of his titles are sugar baby and blah, 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 blah. They're sensationalized and they intend to get people, well, what is this all about, right? So they have to go watch the video, but he's not a sugar baby. He's very capable of taking care of himself and he wants to.
Yeah, he calls himself a sugar baby, he clickbaits, and he's dating a 56-year-old man while being 23. But why is everyone getting mad at us, bro? We are doing nothing wrong. It is just a prank.
Just to start with the cheating. Yeah. Well, I call it the cheating, even though it was. You know, are you comfortable with me talking about this?
I'd rather not.
So basically, my boyfriend.
Well, fuck him. I guess his opinion doesn't matter. Why would you even ask him if you're just gonna ignore his request? But funny thing about this is that Caleb recently uploaded a video about how him and Mark broke up, but it wasn't because he realized that meeting Mark at 17 was weird, but because Mark cheated on Caleb again.
I know he's sexy, and that's why I'm trying to keep him off my channel.
I'm sorry, you did look.
What the fuck?
Despite the judgment and difficulties they face,
Why is the narrator trying to make it look like that the people judging this are the bad guys? Like, I'm sorry we have a problem with a grown man prowling for high schoolers. I apologize, that's very inconsiderate of us.
I look forward to spending the rest of my life with you. Or, I mean, the rest of your life, I should say. And even if you're going to be in a wheelchair, or I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you, baby. Same way you took care of me. I mean that. I love you. I love you too.
Oh, the sappy music in the background is telling me I should like this. The people behind Barcroft TV went about this the wrong way. This shouldn't be allowed. And what I mean by not allowed is the fact that this grown man was able to pick up this 17-year-old and no one gives a shit. I don't have a problem with the fact that he's 23 and dating a 50-year-old man. I mean, it is weird, but it's not really a problem. But the fact that he picked up this high schooler and started dating him from then on is disgusting. Now, Caleb is single now. If he wants to continue to date older men, I guess that's fine because he's 23. He can make his own decisions at that point. But I just have a huge problem with Barcroft TV making this video and basically saying, oh, you guys are assholes for judging this 56-year-old man picking up this 17-year-old. Again, I think the main issue people have is that it's not the age gap itself, but where the age gap started. I mean, I know people have large age gaps in their relationships, like maybe someone is 40 and someone is 30, but that is completely different from someone who's 20 and who's 10. Also, I'm not saying we should judge everyone on everything they do, but at the same time, we shouldn't just be like, oh, well, even though it's harmful and really bad for them and other people, we shouldn't judge them, because that's equally as stupid.